This is important work, Watson. It's crucial to my work as...
Crucial. Crucial.
It's crucial to my work as... This is important work, Watson. It's crucial to my work as an investigator.
Investigator. Investigator.
As an investigator. It again.
Okay, I go where you go, remember? My comfort doesn't factor in here.
Comfort. Comfort.
My comfort doesn't factor in here.
This body, when's it being autopsied?
Never. Funeral home's picking him up soon.
Funeral. Funeral.
Never. Funeral home's picking him up soon.
Care to identify it?
It's ischemia, tissue death due to constriction of the blood vessels in the elbow.
Elbow. Elbow.
Constriction of the blood vessels in the elbow. Well, that's just basic maintenance fluid, water, dextrose. There's no reason it should be slower than 100 cc. Someone did turn the pump down.
Pump. Pump.
Someone did turn the pump down. I can live with missing the squamata at the Met, but I'd rather not get arrested.
Arrest. Arrest.
But I'd rather not get arrested.
This is one of our top...
This is ridiculous. We're wasting valuable time.
Valuable. Valuable.
Wasting valuable time.
Holmes, Miss Watson, this is Mr. Sanchez.
Administrator, correct?
Administrator. Administrator.
Administrator, correct? We need to find a woman. The one who brought the victim coffee before he was murdered. There were 2 coffee cups in his trash.
Trash. Trash.
There were 2 coffee cups in his trash. Quite informative running into your former friend, Carrie. You'd allowed me to assume you were no longer permitted to practice medicine.
Permit. Permit.
Permitted to practice medicine.
I mean, how often do you meet a sexy doctor?
How do you know she was a doctor?
She was wearing a white lab coat under her jacket.
Jacket. Jacket.
She was wearing a white lab coat under her jacket.
They used to talk about his cancer, how to manage the pain. It seemed like he was helping Trent cope with what was coming.
Cope. Cope.
With what was coming.
Someone whose preferred hunting ground is a hospital. Why? Because it provides an endless supply of victims.
Endless. Endless.
Because it provides an endless supply of victims.
And by talk, I mean I will threaten to hold a press conference to express my grave concerns regarding this hospital's apparent indifference to the...
Apparent. Apparent.
Regarding this hospital's apparent indifference to the...
All this because you made a couple of short jokes. Any luck?
Luck is an offensive, abhorrent concept.
Offensive. Offensive.
Luck is an offensive, abhorrent concept.
Any luck?
Luck is an offensive, abhorrent concept. The idea that there is a force in the universe.
Universe. Universe.
The idea that there is a force in the universe.
Okay, so forget potential victims. Let's focus on the murder weapon. Epinephrine is hard to get a hold of, even if our killer had a prescription because...
Prescription. Prescription.
Even if our killer had a prescription because... You know, hospitals are more worried about oxy and other opiates being sold on the street. Epi doesn't qualify.
Qualify. Qualify.
Epi doesn't qualify. You're Detective Bell to interview them.
Far less time than it would have taken to interview the roughly 2,000 male doctors and nurses I started with.
Roughly. Roughly.
The roughly 2,000 male doctors and nurses I started with.
That's because I take on patients that no one else will treat.
Last year, the hospital forced you to stop performing an experimental procedure when you...
Experimental. Experimental.
Forced you to stop performing an experimental procedure when you racked up a 75% failure rate.
There are risks associated with innovation.
Lawsuits among them.
Lawsuit. Lawsuit.
Lawsuits among them.
Me? I'm a surgeon. My favorite kind of patient is unconscious on a table with a tube down his throat.
tube, tube,
With a tube down his throat.
He was about to come out of his skin. You saw how he was tapping his keychain.
I also saw how he stopped tapping when he realized the
tap, tap,
I also saw how he stopped tapping when he realized the owners are no longer suspects. Your point regarding Dr. Cahill would be quite heartening if his drug habit had anything to do with...
habit, habit,
If his drug habit had anything to do with...
Raymond Sutter, angel victim number 7.
Once I got the morphine out of the PCA, I ducked into the bathroom to...
duck, duck,
I ducked into the bathroom to...
Joey,
I think you should run a TEE on Morgan before her surgery.
her echo was clean as I expected.
echo, echo,
Her echo was clean as I expected.
Well, on the bright side, I've made a rather important discovery.
discovery, discovery,
I've made a rather important discovery. But at work, well, the tools of your trade gave you away. Your janitor's cart. You decorated the handle.
cart, cart,
Your janitor's cart. You decorated the handle as representative of the colours of the Ukrainian flag. Then I pulled your personnel file, and lo and behold,
personnel, personnel,
then I pulled your personnel file, and lo and behold,
I studied them. Confirmed for myself there was no chance at recovering.
recover, recover,
Confirmed for myself there was no chance at recovering. That all they had to live for was the horror of dying.
horror, horror,
Was the horror of dying.
aren't you full of surprises?
Of course you're listening.
Altering that girl's chart, saving her life. Apparently,
alter, alter,
altering that girl's chart, saving her life. Apparently, you've given me an idea as to why Danilo Guro would have killed Samantha Cropsey. Get your coat. I need
coat, coat,
coat. I need doing a routine bypass surgery.
Okay. I had just about enough of this.
Whoa!
It was inevitable. Samantha would...
Inevitable. Inevitable.
Whoa!
It was inevitable. Samantha would...
But I see no evidence at all that I faked records or that I killed people.
Excellent points.
excellent, excellent,
Excellent points. His patient logs were so detailed, so comprehensive. First, I suspected he must have copied the data direct.
suspect, suspect,
First, I suspected he must have copied the data direct. So comprehensive. First, I suspected he must have copied the data directly from the charts.
chart, chart,
Directly from the charts. At first, he refused to acknowledge the photo's existence.
existence, existence,
He refused to acknowledge the photo's existence. Believed you'd save.
I was talking to the DA this morning. He figures murder too is a lock.
lock, lock,
Figures murder too is a lock.